You could feel it during the Minnesota series. The pounding, the bruising, the helpless moments when Rudy Gobert dominated the glass, when Naz Reid bullied his way through the lane, when Julius Randle looked more like a freight train than a forward. For the Los Angeles Lakers, it wasn't just a tactical loss. It was a physical statement, a glaring weakness exposed for the entire basketball world to see. The Lakers were undersized, vulnerable, and, most of all, centerless. Now the offseason looms, and the pressure on Rob Pelinka couldn't be heavier. What's the plan? How do the Lakers solve this massive hole in the middle before it swallows another season whole? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, your trusted home for all the biggest developments, deepest dives, and rawest emotions straight from the heart of Laker Nation. And today, we're ranking the 5 most intriguing, most realistic, and most talked about options that the Lakers could target to, finally, once and for all, fix their issue at center. Some names you might expect. Others? Maybe not. But one thing's for sure. Any of these moves could change everything. Let's start at number 5. The wild card, the gamble, the draft. Yes, it might sound crazy at first. After all, the Lakers don't have a high pick. They're sitting at number 55 overall right now. But isn't this how LA has operated in the past? Finding gems late? Betting on upside? There's buzz that Pelinka might trade up into the earlier parts of the second round, especially if a raw, high-ceiling big man becomes available. The team doesn't necessarily need a polished starter from day one. They need a vertical threat, a rim runner, someone Luka Doncic can toss lobs to and who can survive defensively. Names like Florida's Alex Condon, Stanford's Maxime Renaud, Michigan's Vlad Golden, or even Creighton's Ryan Kalkbrenner have been floating around. None of these guys are finished products, but could they be the next Jarrett Allen? A Clint Capela 2.0? The Lakers have taken these swings before. And with Luka now in town, having a young big who fits the timeline and can fly could be more valuable than people realize, especially on a cheap contract. Could this be Pelinka's stealth move? A second-round flyer that surprises everyone come training camp? Fans are curious. Some insiders are already whispering that the Lakers' scouting department is unusually active in evaluating athletic bigs with motor and shot-blocking instincts. Is something brewing? But let's move up the list to number 4, Clint Capela. Now, this one feels like the most Lakers move possible. A name-brand veteran, a known commodity, a short-term solution with long-term risk. Capela fits the mold of what the Lakers have lacked: a rim protector, a reliable rebounder, a big body who doesn't need the ball to impact the game. He's played with stars before. He understands the pick-and-roll game inside and out. And, when healthy, he's one of the league's better traditional centers. But that's the thing. When healthy. Capela's body has been through a lot. He's over 30, with nagging injuries in recent years. He's no longer the guy who terrorized offenses in Houston during his prime Harden years. If the Lakers want to win now, and they clearly do, Capela might offer a steady presence in the paint. But is he agile enough to stay on the floor against elite playoff teams? Would he stay healthy long enough to make a difference? Still, fans can't help but be intrigued. There's something to be said for pairing a pass-first guard like Luka with a lob threat like Capela. There's built-in chemistry potential, and on a reasonable contract, the risk might be worth it. It's not the sexiest option, but it might be the safest. At number 3, things get a little nostalgic. Brook Lopez. That's right, the former Laker, the big man who once donned the purple and gold before the team truly figured itself out. Could there be a reunion on the horizon? Lopez is set to become a free agent after parting ways with Milwaukee, and he brings something no other name on this list can: elite rim protection and floor spacing. Last season, Splash Mountain. Shot an impressive 37.3% from beyond the arc, averaged 13 points per game, and swatted away nearly 2 blocks a night. For a team looking to keep the lane open for Luka and LeBron, while also protecting the rim, Lopez checks a lot of boxes. But he also turns 37 this year, and he's never been a physical rebounder. There are real questions about whether he can still battle younger, more athletic centers over the course of a season. He's a specialist now, a really good one, but one with clear limitations. That said, there's one X factor that keeps bringing his name up: his love for Los Angeles. This is home. This is where it all began. And there's belief that Lopez would welcome a return, even at a discount, to try and help this team get over the hump. Could nostalgia meet necessity? Fans are definitely wondering. Now, let's get serious. Number 2, Daniel Gafford. This might be the most sneaky perfect fit on the entire list. Young, athletic, improving, and perhaps most importantly, available. With Derek Lively now fully entrenched in Dallas's future plans, and the Mavericks potentially eyeing a new-look front court with Cooper Flag on the way, Gafford could become the odd man out. He's on an expiring contract worth $14.3 million. The Mavs may not extend him, which opens the door for, you guessed it, a trade. And while yes, trades between the Lakers and Mavericks always raise eyebrows, this one might actually make too much sense. Gafford is a terrific shot blocker, a powerful dunker, and a gritty interior defender. He doesn't need plays called for him. He plays hard, and best of all, he's only 27. He fits the Luka timeline. He fits the Reeves timeline. He fits everything. The idea of Luka running pick and roll with Gafford has fans salivating. Imagine the pressure that would put on opposing defenses. Imagine finally having a center who can both deter shots and clean up misses. There's already speculation online that Gafford is on the Lakers' radar. Is it just smoke? Or is something real happening behind the scenes? And that brings us to the dream. Number 1. Nick Claxton. Oh yes, Lakers fans have been fantasizing about this one for what feels like years now. And can you blame them? At 6'11", Claxton brings exactly what LA is missing: mobility, rim protection, high energy, and perhaps most importantly, upside. He's not just a body in the paint. He's a presence. A guy who changes shots, runs the floor like a forward, and thrives in transition. He's the kind of modern center the Lakers haven't had since, well, ever. Brooklyn is stuck in no man's land. They're not contending. They're not rebuilding. They're just kind of there. And with Claxton entering year 2 of a 4-year, $97 million deal, it's fair to wonder whether they'd entertain offers, especially if LA dangles a future first-round pick and matching salary. Say, Rui Hachimura? Yes, the price would be steep. Yes, it would cost real assets. But Claxton is worth it. He fits now. He fits later. He gives the Lakers 3 years of prime-level interior defense at a high but manageable cost. And, best of all, he's exactly the kind of guy who would benefit from playing alongside Doncic and Reeves. Could it happen? Could Pelinka finally land the unicorn center fans have been craving? Before we continue, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan, report, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a single second of this wild Lakers offseason. With major moves on the horizon and the center position wide open, this is the kind of story that could shift the balance of power in the West, and you'll want to be right here with us as it all unfolds. So, let's take a step back and really think about the big picture. 5 names, 5 completely different approaches, and yet each one represents a different path forward for the Lakers, a different version of the team, a different way to build around Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and maybe even LeBron James, if he decides to run it back one more year. Starting with the draft, this is the swing for the fences move. It's long-term, it's developmental, it's risky, But it's also the kind of bet that pays off big if the scouting department sees something others don't. Think about the Warriors with Kevin Looney. Think about the Nuggets with Nikola Jokic. What if the Lakers land someone like Ryan Kalkbrenner or Alex Condon at 55 who surprises everyone in training camp? Maybe it doesn't fix everything immediately, but maybe it unlocks a rotation piece by mid-season. And with Luka's IQ and ability to elevate role players, a young pogo stick center could thrive. Then there's Capela, the opposite of a gamble. He's a known commodity, a stopgap, a placeholder maybe. But that doesn't mean he's not valuable. He could be exactly what the Lakers need to bridge the gap until a more permanent solution is available. And if he clicks with Luka the way he once did with Harden, it might even turn into something more. Still, his health remains the biggest concern. Is he durable enough to make it through a full season and be ready for the playoffs? Or would the Lakers be right back to scrambling? In April, Brook Lopez brings a whole different dynamic. Imagine spacing the floor with a 7-footer who can knock down threes and block shots. The offense would open up dramatically. Luka would have room to operate. The pick-and-pop game would become lethal. And if LeBron stays, it would allow him to play off the ball more. A necessity at this stage in his career. But again, there are limitations. Can Lopez hold up defensively in a playoff series against someone like Jokic? Can he rebound enough to keep the Lakers competitive on the boards? Those questions are very real. But so is the allure of bringing back a former Laker who might want one last shot at a ring in purple and gold. Now, let's talk Gafford. This is where speculation starts to turn into possibility. Gafford makes so much sense. He's young, he's springy, he doesn't need the ball, and his contract, expiring, reasonable, and unlikely to be extended by Dallas, makes him a prime trade candidate. Could Pelinka swoop in again and grab a piece from the Mavs just like he did with Luka? Could Gafford and Doncic reunite in Los Angeles with a new sense of purpose and hunger? Fans are already dreaming of the highlight plays. Luka lobbing it. Up, Gafford throwing it down, Crypto.com arena exploding. It's not hard to picture. The only question is, what would it cost? And finally, Claxton. The crown jewel of this list. The home run swing. The fan favorite. The internet's obsession. If there's one player that Laker Nation seems universally aligned on, it's Nick Claxton. But getting him? That's the tricky part. Brooklyn's asking price won't be cheap. They'll want draft picks, matching salary, maybe even a young player with upside. But what if, just what if, the Lakers decide it's worth it? That building around Luka, Reeves, and Claxton gives them a modern three-headed foundation to compete now and in the future. Think about the matchups. Claxton guarding Jokic. Claxton switching onto guards in crunch time. Claxton patrolling the paint, knowing Luka has the offense under control. It's the kind of balance the Lakers have lacked for years, and the idea that he could grow with this group? It's enticing, dangerous, tempting. Of course, none of these options come without risk. That's the beauty and the agony of the offseason. Every move opens one door while closing another. Every decision carries consequences. If the Lakers go all in on one guy, they're betting the next 2 or 3 years on that choice. But here's what we know. They have to make a move. They can't go into another season with the same front court issues that cost them against Minnesota. They need size. They need toughness. They need a center who commands respect. Whether that comes from the draft, free agency, or a trade, Rob Pelinka's going to act. He has to. Fans are already buzzing. Social media is flooded with trade machine, mock-ups. Reddit threads are debating Claxton versus Gafford. The city of Los Angeles is holding its breath, waiting to see which direction the team goes. And behind closed doors at the Lakers facility, you know the conversations are happening. The scouting reports, the calls to agents, the internal debates about cost, fit, and long-term vision. Could we see a move during draft week? Could it be a free agency surprise? Or will Pelinka wait until training camp to strike? We don't know, but that uncertainty is part of the excitement. So now, I turn to you. What do you think? Who should the Lakers pursue? Is it Claxton or bust? Should they target Gafford as a more attainable piece? Is Brook Lopez the veteran who can provide both rim protection and shooting? Or should they roll the dice in the draft and hope they strike? Gold? Let me know in the comments below. I seriously can't wait to read your thoughts. As a fan, I want this team to be ready, to be feared, to walk into next season with a complete roster and a renewed identity. Because we're close. You can feel it. 1 or 2 moves away. A true center away from becoming a nightmare matchup for anyone in the West. This is the moment. The front office has the chance to get it right, to reshape this roster into something deadly. And I believe, truly believe, that with the right decision, the Lakers aren't just contenders, they're champions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. This offseason is just getting started, and we're going to be with you every step of the way. Let's go, Laker Nation!